You're looking at your reflection right now, maybe in your phone screen, maybe in a window as you walk past. You don't think about it because recognizing yourself feels automatic. But it's not. Most creatures on Earth have no idea they're looking at themselves when they see a mirror. They see a stranger, a rival, a threat. And the test that reveals this has exposed something profound about consciousness itself. It's called the mirror test. In 1970, a psychologist named Gordon Gallup Jr. placed a mirror in front of a chimpanzee for the first time. The chimp threatened the reflection. It tried to look behind the mirror. It treated the image like an intruder. But Gallup left the mirror there. Days passed, and something shifted. The chimp stopped threatening. It started using the mirror. It picked food out of its teeth. It examined parts of its body it had never seen before. It wasn't looking at a stranger anymore. Then Gallup did something clever. He anesthetized the chimp and painted a red dot on its forehead. When the chimp woke up and looked in the mirror, it reached up and touched the dot. Not the reflection, its own forehead. That single gesture meant the chimp understood something almost no other animal understands. The image wasn't another creature. It was itself. But here's where it gets strange. When you run the same test on other animals, most of them fail. Dogs fail, cats fail, monkeys fail. They see the mirror and they see a stranger. Forever. So what separates the animals that pass from the animals that don't? The mirror test has now been conducted on dozens of species. Elephants pass, dolphins pass, magpies pass. In a 2008 study by Helmut Pryor, magpies scratched at stickers on their throats only after seeing them in a mirror. But horses don't pass. Pandas don't pass. The line between pass and fail doesn't follow brain size or intelligence. It cuts across the animal kingdom in a pattern we still don't fully understand. And then there's humans. You weren't born recognizing yourself. If you place a baby in front of a mirror at 6 months old, that baby will reach toward the reflection, trying to touch the other baby. But it doesn't understand. It's not until around 18 months that something clicks. The toddler sees a red dot on their forehead and reaches up to their own face. In that moment, they cross a threshold. They gain the concept of me. But the mirror test is controversial. Critics argue it doesn't measure consciousness, it measures visual self-recognition. Dogs fail the mirror test but pass the smell test. If you present a dog with its own urine versus another dog's, it knows which is its own. It has self-awareness, just not the kind a mirror reveals. Mark Bekoff, a biologist who studies animal emotions, argues the mirror test is biased toward visual animals, a test designed by humans for humans. But what if self-awareness doesn't require a reflection? Then there are animals that break the test entirely. In 2019, researchers tested cleaner fish, tiny reef fish with tiny brains. When they saw a mark on their throat in a mirror, they tried to scrape it off. They passed. But some scientists believe the fish weren't recognizing themselves. They were just reacting to a visual glitch. The mirror test might not be testing what we thought it was testing, and that raises a question. If most animals don't recognize themselves, what is it like to be them? To move through the world without a concept of you? For most of Earth's history, that's closer to how your ancestors lived too. Early humans didn't have mirrors. Reflections existed in water, but they were rare and distorted. You would have lived your entire life without clearly seeing your own face. The first real mirrors humans created were polished obsidian around 6000 BCE. Later came bronze, silver, glass. And each time mirror technology improved, something shifted in human culture. The concept of identity deepened. Now you see your reflection dozens of times a day, in your bathroom mirror, in your phone screen, in every window you pass. You've spent more time looking at your own face than any human in history. But does that make you more self-aware? Or just more self-conscious? Because here's what the mirror test reveals. Self-recognition isn't the same as self-knowledge. The chimp that touches the red dot knows it's looking at itself. But it doesn't wonder what it means to be a chimp. It doesn't question its purpose. You do. You don't just recognize yourself in the mirror. You judge what you see. You compare it to others. You ask if you're enough. The mirror test was designed to find the line between animals that know themselves and animals that don't. But it revealed something else. Humans might be the only species cursed with the need to understand the self they recognize. Every time you look in a mirror, you're passing a test most animals fail. But you're also asking a question most animals never think to ask. The chimp sees itself and moves on. You see yourself and wonder if you like what's looking back.